So let's talk about it for a minute. And understands where I'm coming from, and I'm coming from a place of perseverance and not looking for empathy or sympathy, but knowing that you can go through hard times in life. Will throw them at you, but it's testing you for something bigger and better, even if you don't know what it is at the moment. I'm gonna try not to cry, and this is why I didn't do it live, because I know I would see comments and stuff, and I'm trying to keep it together because I'm about to go into work. So I am shaking. So let's backtrack. Last night, we're sitting on the couch, we're watching the new Amy Schumer show, and we're laughing. And I turn over, and he was out, and he was white, and he was cold, and he was clammy. And as soon as I touched him, it's like all my air went away. And I had probably one of the worst panic attacks that I've ever had, or I've had since I was raped. So a good 13-ish years. To the point where I knew I had to do something, but I couldn't catch my breath enough that my lips and my fingers like fell asleep and had that tingling feeling. So I finally catch my breath, and his pigmentation came back. Like, he wasn't unconscious, he came back, and his pigmentation came back. Like, he wasn't like a ghost looking clammy person. And I was like, all right, let's get you upstairs, let's get you to lay down or whatever. And I get him up to the top of the stairs, and he's saying the whole time he's fine. I know he's not. And there's no like signs. Like, there were signs the other times. There was no signs this time. It just was like out of nowhere. And I get him, and he's like, I need water. So I run downstairs and get water. And something told me to grab my pants and my boots. So I grab my pants, my boots, and water, and I come running up the stairs, because as I'm getting closer to the stairs, I'm calling his name, and he's not responding. So I book it up the stairs, and he's out cold again on the bed. Like stiff, cold, white, clammy, and I like hit him in the shoulder, and he like and came to. I called 911. The EMT remembered him from another time, and the fireman remembered him from a separate time, because this has happened probably 6 times in the past 12 months that he's just gone unconscious. And they just keep saying dehydration and stress, but I'm like, what, that's it? Like, that's it? Every time this man doesn't drink enough water, he's gonna pass out on me? Like, what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like that's the answer. So we got sent home last night at probably like 3 in the morning, and he has to follow up with his doctor and a cardiologist. All right, let's fast forward. This is from Scarlett. I'm in the shower to get ready to come here, and Hazel's doctor calls, like the doctor. So you know when the doctor's on the phone, you're like, what? And to backtrack, for those of you that don't know, Hazel, when she was 2, she was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. About a month ago, we figured out she had a wheat allergy, among a couple other allergies, which were not like sesame and scallop, but she wouldn't eat those anyway. But the wheat allergy is in literally everything she eats. So we've been gluten-free for about a month for her, and her behavior has dramatically changed, and it's been awesome. But here I am naked in the shower, surrounded on the ground with Dora and Shimmer and Shy toys, and the doctor says that they think has hypothyroidism and she's diabetic. So, running on very little sleep from the night before, I just collapse and I start crying, because I know I'm being tested for something. We're in the process of moving. Our whole house is packed. We have like 40 days, but who's counting? We have to do more tests for more allergies, and more tests for thyroidism and diabetes. So I know there's a lot of people out there with a lot worse, and I know there's a lot of people with a lot less. and our struggles are our own. You know what I mean? And we will overcome this. But on your hardest of hardest days, you can't give up on what's important. You can't dwell on what's wrong, even though, like, my heart is heavy because all these things are happening and I don't really have any answers yet. But I know I won't stop until I find them. I also know that I'm given what I can handle, so I will figure out how to handle this. And I appreciate everyone's support. And I appreciate everyone's kind words. And I hope you know that no matter what you're going through, that you too can overcome obstacles. And I don't want you to give up on yourself, because as mothers, we have to do everything for everyone else and be pulled in a million directions. I hope you understand that unless your cup is full, you can't help anyone else. And that's why I'm so persistent on helping people work on themselves, because life will never stop throwing shit at us. Life will never stop putting weight on our back and on our shoulders to see if we can handle it. I know that I need to address my stress differently. I know that I need to probably go back to therapy and work through some issues and not feel the way I feel about some things right now. But I also know that I really enjoy helping other people, and that I really enjoy having something to call my own, and that I will help David figure this out, and I'll help Hazel figure this out. And I want you to know that you can't sit in it. You have to just work through it and figure it out. Alright? You guys are awesome. Thank you.